Welcome to this Interfaith Peace Gathering for Nagasaki on the 75th anniversary of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombing, an annual peace ceremony and a memorial service for atomic bombing victims. Um, Welcome to TK also. Tonight, we will have a full program for you, and at 10:02 in the United States here on the East Coast, and it will be 11:02 a.m. in Japan, we will have the peace bells. And then there's a program you've been watching the from the Nagasaki Memorial Museum and the Hiroshima Memorial Museum photographs of objects and things that happened during the bombing. Um, and then there will be a peace prayers, and just a very full program. Let me just say who this is sponsored by: the Heiwa Peace and Reconciliation Foundation of New York, co-sponsored by NPO Gentle Earth, and in partnership with Interfaith Center of New York, Buddhist Council of New York, World Yoga Community, and Interfaith Center of the USA, and Engage Asia. Um, uh, Reverend Nakagaki has been doing these in the United States. How long has it been now? 25 years?
7 years.
27 years, yes. And we continue to bring attention to the need for no more atomic bombs and the need for peace.
Mhm. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Carlotta. Yeah, this is very important for me, at least, and for many of us should be, see more the importance of the what do you call it, free from nuclear weapons, because it is a very, very dangerous, and even after 75 years now, right? And the one atomic bomb is, sometimes people say, well, 100 times stronger, or 1,000 times stronger. I mean, so which means if even one was used, it's a lot of damage. Like 75 years ago, not that many nuclear weapons actually,
Right.
very, very limited. And then so, but then now it's like, how much do we have? I mean, it's just too much, too many, way too many to, we have nuclear weapons too. And so, uh, and then so this is, I think is 75 is one of the period, like 25, 50, 75. Of course 100 would be something very important too, probably,
Mhm.
because sometimes I guess our tendency is you know every year is very difficult, but certain year we can just celebrate together 10 years and so forth. So I think but then that's bring you this particular year, at least we want to learn, we want to do something for the peace. And so that's, I think, is a good motivation anyway, but then for me, every year is also very important, although it's not a special year, but in a way is a very special, every year is a special year, like part of Buddhist practice. Of course, we say every day is a special day or a good day. So which means we really focus on the day that you have. And then peace probably is the same way. We just don't have, of course, this is nice to think of the peace during this time, but yet also like every day or every week, or, something that always you can do peace practice, and then you can choose how you want to do peace. And then, of course, there are many, many different ways for peace too. So I think that's what we are giving the opportunity, at least, to think deeply what it means to have peace, and then what we can do, and then what we can do, our own ways, and even recognize or not recognize, we can continue. And then the peace could be outside, and the peace could be inside. Inner peace is very, very important too. And so that even like the mouth that we use, like word,
Mm.
be peaceful, that too. So it's very different ways to use our body, based upon the peace practice. So I hope this 75th year anniversary will bring that opportunity to think. And then maybe this may be a good time to start changing the style of more focus on the peace, or more focus on uh, love and compassion type of practice in our daily life too. And so since I'm wearing this, meaning I'm Buddhist priest, so I'm coming from the peace from the Buddhist side, so showing a respect to all lives. And part of the Buddhist scriptures, we really see that, I mean, all lives matter, not only human, but also all the animals and fish and all those different lives, different forms of life is a very, very important. So like care for life is actually the way to bring the peace for me too. So each one probably have a different way to approach peace. Some people do music, some people do art form. Like that's why we have a program follow, right? As the Kaleta mentioned. But Kaleta has the tsuru, or, what do you call it, the crane, and that's for today's special. But then you sometimes wear that when you go to other place. So which means reminds you to do the piece of crane, and so which is a part of the practice, I believe. And so each one can create that way to the different way to bring the peace, so awareness of peace and practice of the peace. So I hope the one who are watching now today, observing this part of the moment today, I hope you will find this program helpful, and then make you think or make you do something after this. That would be great things that we can do for you. And then, of course, this will be what do you call it? Stay in YouTube, I guess, so you can share, and then some people can learn from there too. So this is not the only moment, but as I said, each moment is very important. So precious moment that we are having this time. So this is a live, so which means we are together here to thinking of the Nagasaki atomic bomb, is particularly on this day. As you know, August 6th, 8:15 a.m. is equivalent here in New York is August 5, 7:15 p.m. And as far that's the first atomic bomb was dropped to Hiroshima, and then the second atomic bomb, or hope this will be the last one too, is atomic bomb was dropped to Nagasaki, which is on August 9th of 10:02 a.m. in Japan time. So which is the, what did I say? 11, sorry, I said 11, and
Right, 11.
is not working well. So I guess, but sorry, the 11:02 a.m. in Nagasaki time, and so which means equivalent here in New York is the 10:02 p.m. So that's why the Kaleta mentioned we ring the bell at that same moment. And so in a way, this program is focusing on that particular moments. We try to share the moment of peace, a moment of tragedy, what happened 75 years ago, 1945, August 9th. And then so we can learn from there. And then so we feel something, and then so that hope motivate you to walk the path of peace. So thank you. And then we will continue for the program. We'll start with the prayers, I guess, or the exhibition. I may be.
Can I add one? I want to add one word though. We had talked a little bit about the Reagan Gorbachev principle, and that they jointly said together, and we have to hold the spirit of that. It's been 35 years. A nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought. And I think that in the same way that this is the 75th year, we need to reaffirm that. All the countries need to reaffirm that. As you say, we can all, each individually live peace, and then as governments and people as heads of state, they can come together and reaffirm that as a principle, because we never again that kind of devastation.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you so much for adding. And then, so I guess we can give the time to watch this particular one. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Chloe Breyer, director at the Interfaith Center of New York. Eternal God, in whose perfect kingdom no sword is drawn, but the sword of righteousness. No strength is known, but the strength of love. Amen. Ewa. Peace.
My name is Venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi, and I am at the Buddhist Association of the United States. I offer this prayer that the world may recognize the foolishness and the danger of resorting to nuclear weapons, and that all countries may rapidly embark on a path of complete disarmament and abandoning of nuclear weapons. Hey Wa.
Thank you.
I am Rabbi Joseph Potasnik, Executive Vice President of the New York Board of Rabbis. 3 Hebrew letters, you can form 2 other words. One is lochein, that means to fight. The other is cholein, that means to dream. Tragically, in this world, there are some people who have to fight for a piece of bread. There are others who sadly only dream to fight. But we who have learned about the horror of the past, we continue to fight for a dream. May we continue, our different communities, to build that place where we work together finding peace and Haiwa. Amen.
I'm Bante Kondanyan from Staten Island Buddhist Vihara. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanupamena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanupamena sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanupamena sada sotti bhavantu te. May all beings be well, happy and at peace. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Hello, my name is Audrey Kitagawa. I'm the chair of the Parliament of the World's Religions. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. And may all beings be blissful. Om, peace, peace, peace. Hewa, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Hi, my name is Min Yu from New York. Namo Photo, Namo Dhammo, Namo 僧伽，祈愿三宝加倍，世界和平，战争永息，社会祥和，人民安乐。
This is Freeman Su from Tzu Chi Foundation, USA Northeast Region. We will give the blessing to the 75th anniversary of atomic bombing. May all people's heart be purified, and may the world be free of disaster. Heiwa, Amitofo.
I salute you from South America. I am Reverend Susana Bastarrica, the founder organizer of the Vigil for Peace and Ecology. We intend that we are guided, guarded, and protected at all times. We intend that all of our thoughts, words, and deeds serve the highest and greatest goods for all humanity, as well as the highest and greatest goods for the whole universe. We align, so it is, and so it always will be. In peace, my greetings, my love, for the nation of Hiroshima, for the world. In peace, Amen. My love goes to you.
This is Bhava Jain. I am the Secretary General of the World Council of Religious Leaders, the founder president of the Center for Responsible Leadership. Om Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Airiyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Savasahunam, Eso Panchanamokaro Savapavapanasano. Manglanancha Savesain Paramang Havai Mangalam. Eva Om Shanti.
Hello. Greetings from New York. My name is Pico Konda. I am a Cambodian monk, here born of Wat Jutanaram. Yaviatu Sapem Yang Kaliang Mang Kua Tiang Puang Chol Mien Dal Nera Kanto Sapati Vata Som Te Vada Tiang O Chol Mien Dal Nera Oi Ban Sop Ka Sop Vili Hewa. Peace.
Hello, my name is Ken Cassell, Zen Master Jokum from the Quantum School of Zen. Chi Jung Bo Sal, 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 Chi Jung Bo Sal. Hewa, peace.
My name is Dorothy Walsh. I'm a Peace Chaplain from the Peace Abbey in Sherborne, Massachusetts. The prayer is from the World Day of Peace, October 27, 1986. Though the people living across the ocean surrounding us, I believe, are all our brothers and sisters, why are there constant troubles in this world? Why do winds and waves rise in the ocean surrounding us? I only earnestly wish that the wind will soon puff away all the clouds which are hanging over the tops of the mountains. Hewa, Paz, Peace, Namaste.
I am Venerable Clint from the Dhammakaya International Meditation Center in New Jersey. Each of us are like a candle. Alone, we cannot shine very brightly, but together, we can be a beacon of light, and we can share this light of peace with the world. Hewa, peace.
Reverend Katsuya Kusunoki, Jodo Shinshu Shin Buddhist minister. Please bow our heads and join me in Gassho. Put their hands together. Wherever the Buddha travels, there is no place which does not benefit from his virtue. Peace and harmony reign throughout the land. The land is prosperous and the people live in peace. So there is no need to use soldiers and weapons. The Sutra on the Buddha of Immeasurable Life. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namaste, dear friends in Hiroshima. Blessing to all. I am chanting Hindu Vedic prayers for healing during 75th anniversary of the atomic bombing. Yoga Samasta Sukino Bhavantu. Yoga Samasta Sukino Bhavantu. Yoga Samasta Sukino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace.
My name is Toyon Park from One Buddhism of Manhattan. 법신정정본무회 야득회강력부여 대화원기성일단 사막쥐자소멸. 해와, peace, 평화.
This is Eric Shoke Manigian from the Buddhist Action Coalition with the Verse of Atonement. All evil karma ever committed by me since of old, on account of my beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance, born of my body, mouth, and thought, now I atone for it all. Hewa, peace.
This is Imam Muhammad Shahidullah, the president of Interfaith Center of USA. I am offering a prayer for peace from Islamic tradition. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. Thanks. Amen.
My name is Luifa. I'm a Chinese Buddhist monk from Chinese Buddhist community in New York. I am the Vice President of Buddhist Council of New York. 众生传三千，皆
Hi, my name is James Lynch. I'm the current president of the Buddhist Council of New York, and I want to offer a brief prayer on behalf of the victims of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Let it be known that this is the blaze of the way. Here the Buddha's attained supreme enlightenment. Here the Buddha's learned the dawn of wheel. Here the Buddha's Endambari Nirvana. Namo Myo Renge Kyo. Importantly, Heiwa peace.
Konnichiwa. This is Reverend Susanna Macomb. I am the Director of Global Outreach and Interworship for World Awake, and to the survivors and the descendants of the survivors of the nuclear bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and to all the people of Japan. Our prayer is simple. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. May your wounds be dissolved in an ocean of love. May such horrors never happen again. Heiwa, peace.
Tashidele konnichiwa. My name is Gishitashi Durje. I'm Buddhist monk. Lord Dunji Tengwen Wendo, Niwangi Sakwe, Hiroshima Nando, Barze Woto, Tseso Shurwa Namji Chedo, Donsen Nyamjeda, Jishin Women Shugyu, Melam Gyawo Deda Chuji, so Taye Drowa, Quinla Penje, Jin Quendo Sambo, Gembe Shundo, Nyanson Juna Mali Tombara, Sho, Hewa.
From New York. My name is TK Nagasaki from the Buddhist Council of New York. 願わくはこの功徳をもって平等に一切に施し同じ久保大神を起こして安楽国に往生せん。南無帰依仏、南無帰依法、南無帰依僧。平和、peace. Thank you.
Mushroom cloud. Photograph taken 1 hour after the first atomic bombing in human history of the gigantic mushroom cloud over Hiroshima City on August 6, 1945. Mushroom cloud in Nagasaki. This picture, taken from the B-29 bomber, is of the mushroom cloud that resulted from the atomic bomb dropped on Nagasaki that exploded 500 meters above ground. The fireball that resulted expanded and formed a gigantic mushroom-shaped cloud. U.S. Air Force planes, B-29 observation planes, took photographs while circling the mushroom cloud. In an instant, the atomic bomb caused fire to burst up through the ceiling, completely burning the building. However, Because the bomb exploded almost directly above here, the main part of the building miraculously withstood the blast. The remaining walls and the exposed iron frame of the dome remain as a symbol of the atomic bombing as what is now called the Atomic Bomb Dome. View south from rooftop in Yamaguchi-cho area. Nothing is left behind to the south of the Yamaguchi-cho area. The gas holders of the Hiroshima gas manufacturing plant, Motojina, and Ninoshima Island, 4 kilometers from Hiroshima, in Hiroshima Bay, can be seen in the distance. View north from Hypocenter. These are the remains of the Shima Hospital, located at the Hypocenter. To the right is the Torii Gate for the Hiroshima Gokoku Shrine. Inside the Bank of Japan Hiroshima branch. Because the 3rd floor shutter was left open, the whole floor was swept away by the blast wind and the fire. Melted bottles. These soy sauce bottles were found at the Kubota Miso and Soy Sauce main store. It was stored inside a wooden box when affected, causing it to melt and re-solidify with the nails that were in the box. Urakami Church in Nagasaki. Urakami Church was devastated by the atomic bomb. This picture depicts the damage done to the western part of the inside of the church, taken from the eastern side, including a part of the eastern wall. The collapsed tower dome can also be seen in the wreckage. Watch frozen at 8:15 a.m. in Hiroshima. Kengo Kikawa, then aged 59, was on his way to the city to work at a building demolition work site when he was exposed to the atomic bomb. He suffered severe burns on his right arm, to his lower back, and on his head. He died on August 22nd. Kengo always kept this watch on his person as it was a gift from his son. Shiroyama National School in Nagasaki. In front of the crumbled remains of the south wing of Shiroyama National School, present-day Shiroyama Elementary School, is a U.S. soldier standing where a cremation took place. In the back right, gas tanks from the Saibu Gas Ohashi plant near present-day prefectural Ohashi Apartments and the Mitsubishi Nagasaki Armory Factory Ohashi plant can be seen. Present-day Nagasaki University Bunkyo campus. Shinkozen National School Relief Station in Nagasaki. Photograph of a ward in the Shinkozen National School Relief Station. Present-day Municipal Library. Classrooms were used as wards. Sano Shinto Shrine. Photograph of the second Torii Gate of Sano Shinto Shrine, also known as the one-legged Torii Gate. To the right are the camphor trees that survived the atomic bombing. Lunchbox. Shigeru Orimen, a first-year student at the Hiroshima Prefecture Daini Middle School, was exposed to the atomic bomb and died while working at a building demolition worksite. Early in the morning of August 9th, his mother found his body with this charred black lunchbox clutched under his stomach. Wall clock in Nagasaki. Found in a house near Sano Shinto Shrine, around 800 meters from the hypocenter. This clock was shattered by the blast, stopping the clock right at 11:02 a.m., the moment of the explosion. Japanese Red Cross Society of Hiroshima. Located directly below the hypocenter, the blast left a large dent on the roof of this building. A typhoon the following September left the large puddle in this dent on the roof as seen in this photo. Boy with severe burns. 16-year-old Sumitiru Taniguchi was exposed to the atomic bomb when he was delivering mail by bicycle. Atomic bombed tile in Nagasaki. This tile was exposed to the atomic bomb, causing the surface to boil and bubble. This phenomena was confirmed in an experiment where tiles were exposed to heat measuring 1800 degrees Celsius for 4 seconds. National Defense Uniform. Ko Tai Tai, a Chinese restaurant employee, was exposed to the atomic bomb when he was taking shelter at the Urakami Daiichi Hospital. This was the cloth he was wearing at that time. After the atomic bombing, he escaped to the Nishiyama area by himself.
They say that the mountain shielded grandma from the bomb. Well, she may have survived it and gifted me this song. The family's so scattered, so you don't know what is true. And so when you sing it, shadows cast themselves on you. I went to Hiroshima, they sang I shall be released. Floating birds down the river like a joyous eulogy, with black in every corner and their faces wrapped in steel. I was torn and born asunder and lost the will to feel. So this mercurial thing is bleeding through the veins. La da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. I gaze upon the tower as if on a looking glass. Desecrated creation, a beacon to the past. And when the ashes settle and the unstruck rhythm rings from the within me, painted phoenix flaps their wings.
spread my wings and fly away to the sky. How I dream to be so free. No more sadness, no more pain, no more anger, no more hate. How I dream to have those wings and fly to the sky. If now I could grant my wish, I'd wish to have those wings just like the bird that fly up in the air, so high up in the air, with feathers bright and fair. No wealth, no power can make my heart filled with such joy. When I spread my wings and fly away to the sky, how I dream to be so free. No more sadness, no more pain, no more anger, no more hate. How I dream to have those wings and fly to the
Huluran mesra, salam persaudaraan, ikatan penyatuan, kurniaan kasih Tuhan, tali teguh utuh perhubungan yang
ち三つへはよ押し入れきんちゃい。何をしとるね。はよ座布団かぶって下へ隠れんさい。
おとったやっぱおってですか。
そりゃおるわい。お前がおりんさん言うたらどこじゃろうとわしはおるんじゃけど。
じゃけんの焦げと表紙もな話がやったらいいんじゃろうか。焦げ思いも染め話が。
何をぐどりぐどり言うとる。はよこっちへ。うわ来よったが。
はい、プロデューサーの平野涼子です。私は2016年に父と暮らせばに出演させていただいたんですけれども、その翌年に東北を一周旅しまして、その時に初めて 3.11 の被害を目の当たりにして、さらに陸前高田市に降り立った時に父と暮らせばに書かれてある「あこいらもすっぽり焼け抜けとって」っていう表現が初めて体に腑に落ちた瞬間でもあったんですね。でその時ちょうど北朝鮮が何回も水爆の実験をしてまして、水爆っていうのは原爆の何倍もの被害があっても私はいても立ってもいられなくなって、で原爆の当事者はアメリカと日本の2カ国しかないんです、当事者は。なのでこの作品をアメリカの人とアメリカで上演したいなと思ってこの企画を立ち上げました。
こりゃあ大事じゃ。
どうしたんな。
まんじゅうじゃが。さっき図書館で木下さんがお前にまんじゅうくれんさったろうが。あれまさか潰れてりゃせんじゃろの。
いけ。
ザ・フェイス・オブ・地蔵はとてもユニークな物語で、原爆で亡くなったお父さんがある日突然亡霊となって娘の前に恋の応援団長として現れるところからスタートします。世界最古の演劇、日本の能も必ず亡霊が出てくるんですけど、ザ・フェイス・オブ・地蔵は日本古来の演劇スタイルが反映されている作品です。そしてこの作品は原爆が背景にありますがコメディスタイルなんです。チャランポランなお父さんと実直で真面目な娘の会話劇です。そのやりとりは日本の漫才みたいで2人の掛け合いが面白いんです。そして物語の最後、娘はこの世からいなくなったお父さんにありがとうありましたとお礼を言って幕が閉じます。この物語は父と娘の絆という人間の普遍的なテーマが描かれています。
これでもお前の恋の応援団長として出てきとるんじゃけの。そう見やすはのかんぞ。
応援団長？
結局お前も木下さんを吸い取るいうことじゃの。互いに一目惚れ、やんがて相思相愛になるいうことよの。見かけはごっつ硬そうじゃが中身は甘い。お前の心はまんじゅうによう似とる。
そがいなことはありえん。人を好きになる言うんをうち自分で自分に固く禁じておるんじゃけん。
最初父と暮らせばの演出をしてみないかと当時のプロデューサーさんからお声をかけていただいたのがきっかけです。それから三江役の女優さんが出演できなくなって私が出演することになりました。私のおじいちゃんの本籍が広島ということもあって、子供の頃広島の呉市に遊びに行ってたのを思い出して、子供の頃おばあちゃんは戦争の話をよくしてくれていたんですけど、おじいちゃんは私がお願いしても本当に全く話してくれなかったんですね。その姿が三江とどこかダブってどんどんのめり込んでいきました。三江役で出演した時に原爆についていろいろリサーチをしたんですけど、私と同世代のアメリカの人たちは原爆は正義だったのかと疑問を持つ人が多くいることを知ったことが大きな理由の一つだと思います。そして2年前上映の準備をするために初めてニューヨークの土地を訪れたんですけど、 ステイ先でボストンの大学生とたくさん出会って、そのご縁でボストンのアメリカの人から英語を教えてもらってたんですね。そしてレッスンをするうちに、私がザ・フェイス・オブ・ジズをアメリカでアメリカの役者と上演したいということを話したんです。そこでアメリカの人は、被爆とはどういうことか知りたがっている人もいるんだ。でも広島に原爆が落ちたことを知っていても、長崎に落ちたことは知らない。日本とアメリカの原爆に対する情報のギャップを知ったと同時に、アメリカの人は純粋に原爆に対して知りたい人も多いんだなって分かって、それはさらに私の背中を押してくれたことの一つですね。
おいで、具合にいったかいの。
意外？
ジャコミスのことじゃが、木下さん喜んでくれんさったか。
ああ、ジャコミソね。
これは僕の大好物でありまして、そがは言うとられんかったか。
まだ私とらんけ。
応援団長をなめちゃいけんど。
色目変えてどうしたん？
すっぺーこっぺーごまかし言うちゃいけんで。お前どうしても木下さんをスイッチャーおらん言い張るつもりか。
あん時のおとったんじゃ。うちはおとったを見捨てて逃げよったこすったれなんじゃ。ザ・フェイス・オブ・ジゾーをアメリカで1回上演しただけでは意味がないと思ってて、この作品を定期的に継続して上演して、たくさんの人に認知をしてもらうべきだと考えています。特に若い世代の人たちにエデュケーションプログラムとして上演したいと思ってて、図書館や学校にアポイントを取り、準備を進めていました。しかも今年の夏は戦後75周年という節目の年ということもあったので、平和週間にこの作品を上演できるように進めてたし、特にボストンでは劇場のブッキング寸前でした。しかしコロナにより予定が白紙となってしまいました。
わしの体をかぼうて、お前は何度もわしに身についた火を消してくれたよの。ありがとうありました。じゃがそがあなことをしとっちゃ共倒れじゃ。それじゃけわしは、お前は逃げ言うた、お前は嫌じゃ言うて動かん。しばらくは逃げ嫌じゃの押し問答よの。
とうとうとったんはちゃんぽんげで決めよう言い出した。
被爆者もご高齢になって他界された人も多い中、当時の状況を語れる人が少なくなってきていて、今まで以上に想像することが必要な時代になってきていると思います。この作品の最後、娘はお父さんに、うちもおとったんと死なにはならんかったんじゃと言いますが、お父さんは図書館で働く娘へ、人間の悲しかったこと、楽しかったこと、それを伝えるんがお前の仕事じゃろうがと言います。私は演劇も同じだと思うんです。私たちが過ごしてきた戦争のない時代を絶やさないためには、被爆者が語り継いでくれたことを次の世代へ何世代にもわたってバトンを渡す必要があると思います。私は一人の日本人としてもう二度と広島や長崎と同じようなことが世界中で起こってほしくないので、まず原爆というものを知ってほしいんです。原爆を落とされたというデリケートなものを乗り越えて、この作品が持つ親子の絆という普遍的なテーマをアメリカの人とやることによって、さらにピースフルに上演できると私は確信しています。それはアメリカと日本でしかできないことだと思います。
おいじゃけ、 お前はわしに生かされとる。
されとる。
そうじゃが、あげなぬおい別れがまっこと何万もあったっちゅうことを覚えてもらうために生かされとるんじゃ。お前の勤めとる図書館もそげなことを伝えとるところじゃないんか。
人間の悲しかったこと、楽しかったこと、それを伝えるんがお前の仕事じゃろうが。そいがわからんようなら、もうお前のようなアホタレのバカタレには頼らん。他の誰かを代わりに出してくれや。他の誰かをわしの孫じゃが、ひ孫じゃが。
Welcome back. We just finished seeing the play. This was, let me find my notes. Jizo, The Face of Jizo, which is a very comprehensive play in the No tradition, I believe, and it for me at least, it dramatized in a very powerful and interesting way all the elements of the impact of the bombing. I suppose that there's still many ways to many ways still surfacing to talk about the impact of this kind of massive explosion. When I read the figure, the number 80,000 people in 1 minute, it's incomprehensible. So and I actually believe it in us as connected to spirit, and it's just overwhelming. And so when we think about this, this is a healing process. I almost think about each of us taking on some spirit, and that's not just that's for Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but in terms of the world and these kind of events. Anyway, I was just so kind of overcome by that. Well, welcome back.
Yeah. So, yeah, sounds like you enjoy it. And yeah, so we had musicians, as we explained a little bit before, but each one, try to bring the message for peace through different things. So the one that you explain for play, but then the musicians, people who play the music, and then they'll also bring it to us, some of the peace message too. And so each one has their own way to express. So this is one of the kind of vehicle, or the vessel that they can use to bring their way of expressing the piece. And also, at the beginning we have exhibition, panel exhibition. But as I mentioned before, but we have actually observing this Hiroshima Nagasaki Day last over 25 or 27th.
27 years.
So actually, we normally have an exhibition part, because that is bringing understanding what happens, some pictures, sometimes more elaborate. But then this is one of the small exhibition, but yet something that everybody should realize what that it means. And sometimes pictures can tell more things than talking, so forth. So that's why we always have an exhibition. But so this is the first time we try with a exhibition, but then you have narration. The Kalero, you sounded very nice for the narration also. So that's something new for us we try this time. So in a way, it's interesting. I mean, for this year, this is definitely the first time for many things because of the coronavirus. But then because of that, also a lot of people creating the different ways to convey the message for peace. So which is I thought was a very interesting because I mean sometimes a webinar, long sessions of talk, or sometimes they have a more artistic form also. And so I thought it was very good. Well, so maybe we still have a little more time for before 10:02 p.m., which is 11:02 a.m. in Japan. And so maybe we can just a little chat before it goes. So maybe you can share maybe what your thoughts on our 75th anniversary. Do you have any special thoughts on this?
Well, I think how you were expressing about how people artistically expressed. I think art is such an important part of peace and joy and healing. The what is it? One heart, 100 voices, and the movement. That was another kind of just a magnificent expression. And then a solo voice. So there's so many ways of expressing that. And for me, as we move away from what that first event, and in a way the distance is an attempt to increase and it not ever happening again. I think the more expressions of peace that we have, I think peace and joy have to be dynamic. We get glued to like devastation in some kind of way, but we can also just get inside of expressing our joy, and even ways of expressing our difference in joyful ways. How can we resolve our differences in ways that are joyful, that have nothing to do with wanting to hurt anyone. It was expressed in some of both the peace prayers and in some of the commentary that people who experienced this not only wanted it to never happen to them again, they didn't want it to happen to anyone.
Right.
And I think embodying that is so important. So,
Okay, sure. Because one thing many people talk about, because of the 75 years, so which means ago, that's a long ago already. So people who experienced or witnessed the nuclear devastation is become smaller and smaller. So because it makes a big difference, right? If you are really the person who just the handed or hurt after that, or it's a different thing. So the people are a little worried about, but at the same time, I guess somehow we do the same way every place that we live on this earth. Many years for the human beings are here for a long time now, but then that's part of the changing the generation always happens. So in a way, so even there's nobody really talk about based upon experience, but we do have technology to leave maybe they start correcting the message, the interview now for the hibakshas and then the so-called survivors. And so some of the young people, one class, what do you call it, the session that was interesting is one students, they're starting asking the interviewing the hibakusha, and then they're taping, and so they have equipped with a better technology, I guess. So they're just correcting and then sharing, and they have a coffee break type of things, and a conversation taking place, which was kind of very nice, like a teenagers, but like a high school or maybe university students, but they're doing something in a part of the town in Hiroshima. So it was actually very interesting to hear, so especially young people's view. And so that's something older people worry about, but young people somehow create the different ways. And so sometimes just hearing the hibakusha story itself is of course a sad, but also you realize they are also human beings. They have a different story like us, and then they have all the time that they enjoy many things that we enjoy too. I mean, it's just a common thing, but yet sometimes we become separate. Like this is a hibakusha, one particular person, but rather have a kind of human to human type of conversation was rather interesting. So it's not like one is higher lower, but rather same level, and they have a conversation. And then I guess then maybe we can become more friendly for everyone. If everybody's a friend, I guess we don't need to fight or kill or anything like those, or like even need to carry the weapons at that point. So I guess a simple way to create the peace is, I guess, to make friend with somebody who you don't know, and that might be a interesting way. Maybe even elementary school people know, but we didn't experience. I mean, exercise those things. So hopefully, even nation to nation, adult to adults, that could be simple, but yet maybe that's one way to eliminate the nuclear weapons. Why do we have this? We don't need it, like that. But anyhow.
No, I think that's very true, and I think learning pieces of each culture and sort of just making that a part of us in some way.
Right.
How and interrelating the different pieces of a culture, like you're saying, making people have to be real, and in terms of carrying on this, gathering the stories are important. I know I go to the various historical archives and that have captured the voices of people before they died who actually lived through something. That's so important because I watch them and I hear their stories, and it's real for me. I mean, that's very real. But a written account is very real. So that if we appreciate that, and if we have an appreciation even for our own suffering or what we're connected to, and then realize that suffering is universal, just as joy is universal, and how we can link that becomes so very important. So yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And anger is so ego driven. If we can breathe through that, take that count to 10, and then count to 10 again until you just start to breathe and open that up. I know for me, I laugh at myself a lot. It's like, okay, you're just being ridiculous. Okay, I know you're being very angry and you're being ridiculous, and I can feel whatever you're feeling until it starts to have a balance. And then it's like, okay, now I can speak or something. But we just need to learn to practice this and share with each other. So
that sounds good. Yeah. Laugh at it. Something. Yeah. But so it's I agree basically. So it's I have to be aware of the time.
Oh yes.
Still we have 5 minutes. So maybe it may be a time to start preparing ourselves too, probably. So it's going to be another 5 minutes. We'll have moment of 11:02 in Japan time will come. So 10 here in New York is almost 10:02. So right now 9:56. So it's like 6 minutes from now, and so in a way because I guess sometimes we talk too much. So maybe this, as you said, count 10. Since you introduced a little bit this way, so why not just sit or stand. I guess sitting is easier probably, and sit with your probably back straight and relax yourself, and probably start focusing on your breathing, as you say, 10 counts, and then even like you can start, what do you call it, or instead of just chest or lungs, but rather maybe you can bring it down to the hara, the, what do you call it, belly button, that area. And so that's where the harakiri things come from. But anyway, that's not really appropriate, but yet something that very very central part of the body. That's what it means. And center of your mind, center of the body. So we wanted to change from the center of your existence to bring it peace as a center, and then we just move. And I think it's always nice to have that particular center so that you're always balanced. As long as you have a center to come back, you're always coming back. And so whatever, sometimes of course we get angry, we have, all those, the greed and angers and so-called selfishness, as you mentioned. And so it's always coming back, but you can let them go. And then you don't have to stay here. Maybe peace can stay here, or mind of peace could stay here, or nothing can stay. You can just, everything's go, but everything comes too. So everything comes, everything goes, and so let them go, let them come. And with that, sometimes wars come, sometimes peace to come, sometimes conflict come, but sometimes joy comes too. So you just go in and out. So you can consider that as a breathing too. When you breathe in or breathe out, you have to breathe in too. So you can't do breathe out, or breathe in either. So just simply breathe in, breathe out, or breathe out, breathe in, either way. But so that way we can calm down our mind and body, and ready for the moment of silence. And they will ring the bell. And today we will ring the same bell. You will hear the same bell, the Nagasaki, the bell, the official bell from the park. One of my friends kindly sent me yesterday. They tape it, and the same bell will be rang today. So that's how we're gonna do. Okay. So maybe, breathe in, breathe out. Again, sit with your back straight. Only 1.5 minutes or so. And breathe in, breathe out. Maybe we'll put hands together and show respect to those who've gone before us. And also, we show respect to all the lives that we share on this planet of Earth. And we really respect lives, others, and then yourself. And so we have the mind of really accept everything gratefully and find a way to really go step forward and embrace the difficulties and everything. So with that, thinking of the people of Nagasaki and Hiroshima who are gone, and the people who died before the wars and the violence, and no more Hiroshima, no more Nagasaki, no more hibakusha, no more wars, and peace, happiness, and well-beings to all.
Peace from Nagasaki. Peace from Nagasaki. Peace from Nagasaki. Peace from Nagasaki. Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki. Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace for Nagasaki. Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki. Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
Peace from Nagasaki.
ありがとうございます。
皆さんこんばんは。長崎市長の田上富久です。被爆75周年インターフェイス記念&平和コンサートの開催にあたりまして、長崎市民を代表して一言ご挨拶を申し上げます。長崎に原爆が投下されてから今日8月9日でちょうど75年が経ちました。被災者の皆様におかれましては、この節目となる日にオンラインでニューヨークとつなぎ、被爆地長崎から世界に音楽を通して平和を発信されますことに心から敬意を表します。私たちは今、新型コロナウイルスという命を脅かす人類共通の新たな危機に直面しています。新型コロナウイルスと同じように、実は核兵器の問題も私たち一人一人がその脅威に直面している当事者なのです。そしてその脅威は大変深刻な状況にあります。今こそ自分の身近な問題として核兵器のことを考え行動することが重要です。核兵器をなくす最大の力は市民社会の中にあります。そして私たちにできることはたくさんあります。音楽や美術などの芸術を通して平和の文化を表現することもその一つです。平和を祈る音楽に触れて平和を考えることも私たちにできることの一つです。被爆75周年インターフェイス記念&平和コンサートをご視聴の皆様が平和への思いを共有し、共に核兵器廃絶の声を大きく発信していただくことを期待しています。ありがとうございます。
Let me read the translation for the Mayor Tao's speech. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tomihisa Taue, the mayor of Nagasaki City. On behalf of COVID-19, like the COVID, the problem of nuclear weapons is actually a threat to each of Let me read the translation for the Mayor Tao's speech. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tomohisa Taue, the mayor of Nagasaki City. On behalf of the citizens of Nagasaki, I would like to say a few words on the occasion of 75th anniversary of atomic interfaith peace and gathering. Today is August 9th. Exactly the 75 years have passed since the atomic bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. On this milestone day, I would like to express my sincere respect to the organizers for conducting this event, which is connecting Nagasaki and New York for transmitting peace to the world through music from Nagasaki, the site of atomic bombings. We are now facing a new life-threatening crisis, COVID-19 or coronavirus. Like coronavirus, the pandemic, the problem of nuclear weapon is actually a threat to each of us. And threat is very serious. It is now important for me to think about nuclear weapons as the matter of personal concern and act accordingly. The greatest power of to eliminate nuclear weapons lies within civil society, and there's a lot we can do. One of them is to express the culture of peace through music, art, and one of the things we can do is to think about peace through the music. We pray for peace. I hope that the viewers of the 75th years of atomic bomb, interfaith prayer and peace concerts or interfaith ceremony will share their thoughts on peace and share their views on the abolition of nuclear weapons. Thank you very much. The mayor of Nagasaki. Yeah, thank you. So, Karata, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so maybe uh, we can talk a little bit of ending parts now, I think. So, okay, I don't know where things are now.
Well, maybe just go out what before we end again to just say again that the event was organized by Heiwa Peace and Reconciliation Foundation, and just all the wonderful work on consciousness that the organization brings. And I want to appreciate you again for the 27th year of bringing this to the awareness and the consciousness and joining in as an interfaith commemoration for peace. So I think that that's very important. And working with the New York Buddhist Council, the World Yoga Community, the Interfaith Center of the United States and Engage Asia, the NPO and Gentle Earth, and thank for the technical assistance. It takes a lot to do this. It takes a lot to do it when it's not virtual, and it takes almost as much, if not more, to do it when it is virtual. So there is a deep appreciation for the continuing efforts that it takes to bring this and to have a consistent voice and to stay peaceful, because it's not only doing it, it's putting it on peacefully. And then all the contributions, the wonderful music and instrumental and art and dance and speech. So I think that's important.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being the MC for today. And that was a nice conversation in between that we had also, so enjoy that. And for me, I would like to conclude some of the reading because this year we especially made some statement, peace statement from the religious leaders from the New York to Hiroshima last 3 days ago, and then so this is the same message to Nagasaki too for us. So I would like to read that. Year 2020, August 9th, to the city of Nagasaki. On the special occasion of the 75th anniversary of Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombings, we, the New York Interfaith community, would like to express our sympathy towards the people of Hiroshima and Nagasaki who lost their loved ones and had to go through tremendous pain and sufferings, physically and spiritually, because of the atomic bombings. We would like to offer our prayers to heal the wounds and to make efforts to prevent the use of nuclear weapons and to eliminate all nuclear weapons which are a great threat to our planet. Do not kill, do not let others kill. Love your neighbors, treat others as you treat yourself. A common principle in various religions and morality that we human beings share. We all need to treat each other with love and compassion, free from harming each other. It is time for us to nurture kindness, love, and compassion so that we live peacefully without even the need of any weapons to harm others. Let us learn the lessons from Hiroshima and Nagasaki and go for world peace without nuclear weapons. Let us transform our sufferings and sorrows into peace, happiness, and harmony. No more Hiroshima, no more Nagasaki, no more nuclear weapons, no more hibakusha, never again. May this world be filled with love, compassion, and peace without violence. With palms together, and that's signed by various leaders from the New York City. So thank you. And yeah, thank you very much again, everyone, to watch this online kind of interfaith ceremony or service, or I don't know what we call it, interfaith peace gathering. That's what we call it. So so this is something new for us for this year, but then certainly is challenging for in many ways, and so hope we can improve next time if we have to do it again. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, and then we'll ring the bell for that way to conclude. Okay, so may this bell to bring you peace, happiness, and wisdom. Peace to you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
ありがとうございました。